What is philosophy? The term philosophy derives from the Greek word philosophia, which translates to love of wisdom. Philosophy is like thinking deeply and logically about how things are. It's been important throughout history, from ancient Greece to now. Many smart people, both old and young, have come up with new ideas in areas like politics, math, writing, art, and science. Here are some of the most influential philosophers, their schools of thought, and what we can learn from their forward-thinking approach. 1. Confucius, who lived between 551 to 479 BC. Confucius, also known as Kong Kui or Kung Fu Tzu, was a Chinese philosopher, educator, and political leader. He is widely recognized as the key figure in shaping Eastern thought. He emphasized the importance of ethical relationships, setting standards for education, and advocating for justice and honesty. Confucius' philosophy revolved around the concept of Ren, which means loving others. He believed in achieving this through the Golden Rule. Do not do to others what you do not wish for yourself. As he said, success is a work in progress. Keep moving toward your dreams no matter how long it takes. 2. Socrates, who lived between 469 to 399 BC. Socrates was a Greek philosopher and is considered the primary source of Western thought. Because he could neither read nor write, much of what we know of his life was recorded by his students Plato and Xenophon. His Socratic method laid the groundwork for Western systems of logic and philosophy, delivering a belief that through the act of questioning, the mind can manage to find truth. Socrates believed that philosophy should achieve practical results for the greater well-being of society. He emphasized the idea that the more a person knows, the greater his or her ability to reason and make choices that will bring true happiness. Socrates' famous saying, "Nothing will change unless you make the change yourself." 3. Plato, who lived between 428 to 348 BC. Greek philosopher Plato was a student of Socrates and later became a teacher of Aristotle. He was a priori, a rational philosopher who sought knowledge logically rather than from the senses. He went on to establish the Academy in Athens, one of the first institutions of higher learning in the Western world. Plato's logic explored justice, beauty, and equality, and contained discussions in aesthetics, politics, language, and cosmology, the science of the origin and development of the universe. Plato used to say, "Be kind, charitable to others, and your will inspire strength within your own endeavors." 4. Aristotle, who lived between 384 to 322 BC. Regarded as one of the most influential thinkers in politics, psychology, and ethics, Aristotle began his intellectual journey under the guidance of Plato when he joined Plato's Academy at the age of 17. Later, he became the tutor of Alexander the Great. Aristotle's approach to knowledge focused on a posteriori methods, a term popularized by Immanuel Kant, wherein conclusions are drawn from direct observation and data. Aristotle's vast intellectual pursuits covered various scientific and artistic fields, leading him to champion the Aristotelian syllogistic. This philosophy asserts that logical arguments employ deductive reasoning to reach a conclusion based on two or more propositions assumed to be true. As Aristotle's famous saying, "Don't give up, but continue to work hard and strive for greatness until you excel." 5. Pascal, who lived between 1623 to 1662. Blaise Pascal was a French mathematician, physicist, and religious philosopher who laid the fountain for the modern theory of probabilities, a branch of mathematics concerned with the analysis of random phenomena. In 1657, Pascal published Les Provinciales under the pseudonym Louis de Montalt, a series of 18 letters that defended Jansenist over Jesuit theologies. He also propagated a religious doctrine that taught the experience of God through the heart rather than through reason, contrary to the beliefs of French philosopher René Descartes. Pascal said, "Sometimes you have to let logic go and follow your heart to realize your creative potential." 6. John Locke, who lived between 1632 to 1704. John Locke, an English philosopher and a key figure of the Enlightenment, earned the title of the father of classical liberalism. Through his scholarly pursuits, he significantly contributed to contemporary ideas about a restricted, liberal government. His noteworthy work, Essay Concerning Human Understanding, delves into the analysis of the human mind and how it gains knowledge. Locke's philosophy underscored the idea that our understanding should be shaped by our experiences in the world. His reasoning later had a lasting impact on other philosophers such as Voltaire and Rousseau. He said, "Strive to be better by continuing to educate yourself and try new approaches to achieve your goals." 7. Immanuel Kant, who lived between 1724 to 1804. Immanuel Kant was a German philosopher whose thinking revolved around metaphysics, a philosophical study that examines the fundamental nature of reality. His best-known work, Critique of Pure Reason, determines the limits and scope of metaphysics, combining reason with experience that moves beyond that of traditional philosophy. Kant was one of the foremost thinkers of the Enlightenment, and a large part of his work addresses the question, what can we know? Kant argued that we can only have knowledge of things that are possible to experience. Further, he believes that we can know the natural, observable world, but we can't have answers to many of the deepest questions of metaphysics. His famous saying was, "If you are a painter, keep painting. If you are a singer, practice singing. Better your talent through experience and practice." 8. Ayn Rand, who lived between 1905 to 1982. Russian-American author and philosopher Ayn Rand rejected collectivist values in favor of individual self-interest, an ideal evident in her first novel, We the Living. She promoted the philosophy of objectivism, which she describes as the concept of man as a heroic being, with his own happiness as the moral purpose of his life, with productive achievement as his noblest activity, and reason as his only absolute. This belief was realized in her successful novel, Atlas Shrugged, as well as in courses, lectures, and other literary works. While Rand was a passionate advocate of the philosophy of objectivism, her political philosophy placed emphasis on individualism, the constitutional protection of individual rights to life, liberty and property, and limited government. He always quoted to people, "Stop comparing yourself to others and work hard to achieve your own definition of success." Thank you for watching. To support us, please like and subscribe the channel, Rumi Sufi Mystic.